Oh, shuck it, duck it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing out there? We are here again on our Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of Don't Watch Dawgs. Charles, you want to say anything to the people?
No, man. Good afternoon. Happy 2021. I'm happy you're here with us. I'm happy that you made it out of 2020, that sham of a year it was. So welcome. We want to have discussion today. I would like for people to comment. We're going to talk about some Black issues, and we want you all to, get involved so that we can have a discussion with you guys. Just hopefully.
Okay, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to try to run through it. But we also have a new show coming on immediately following this show. And that is Let's Talk About It. It's a new youth-oriented show. And I think that you all will like it. So just tune in after this and watch it. If you know some young people, invite them to watch the show. And I think y'all enjoy it. We're trying to bring something new and something for everybody, something positive and something that can get the information out from our communities to everybody. So these shows are being watched all across the world. So y'all just tune in and help us out with anything with following, liking, and inviting your friends. And we're going to get started with whatever we got going on over here. What's our first subject is?
You can pick one. I'm ready.
Privilege versus color.
I was making sure that spell check was cool real quick. That don't look right to me. But yeah.
Privilege, I think that's right.
I don't look right. Something going on with that. Real quick. Yeah, privilege versus color. And if we're wrong, somebody please get in there and help me with that. What's going on with that?
Well, it's a lot of things happening with privilege is being afforded to people who shouldn't have privilege.
Yeah.
When you violate the law should apply equally across the board to everybody. But you can see, like, the guy. Let's go with the 22-year-old girl first. And where was she at? The
one that's sold laptop.
She's in Pennsylvania. She's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And that's her there.
Okay.
She was charged with stealing a laptop out of Nancy Pelosi's office.
Wow.
And she said that she wanted to sell the laptop to the Russians.
And they have proof of this, right? They have proof that she wanted to sell this to Russians. No, okay.
Yeah. Her ex-boyfriend told that that's what she was going to do because he done been around. He done dropped her after he realized she went there, and she said that she wanted to sell the laptop to the Russians. So she goes to court. They arrest her. They find out who she is. They arrest her. She goes to court, and they put her on home confinement with her mother.
Wow. What did we say? I mean, this is one that actually is surprising, though, low key. I mean, maybe she still has a court date, right, where they could convict her or something. So maybe it's just preliminary, and she had a good lawyer. That could happen. But hopefully, she goes to court and she gets to see justice, and she then gets to see this new change that they're going to bring to the criminal system that we claim Biden would bring in. We have to start seeing it now. We have to see real change if it's going to be change. We can't accept it anymore. If there's going to be a unfair trial again, then we have to literally make it known that we see it. We can't keep pointing at it because obviously we've been pointing at these injustices for a very, very long time. But I believe we have to have something to bring forward that's going to be a change, and we'll see how it goes. But we have the trials to take place soon, and we'll see how they take these trials. If they're going to be lenient or if they're going to really bring down justice stated supposedly by their true and trusted Constitution. So
well, Charles, my thing is 5 deaths occurred. 5 deaths occurred. So if it's a death, if you were a party to a crime and you were charged with being a party to a crime at that precise time that this guy died.
Well, let me put this comment up right here. Okay, so this is my issue right now with that sort of comment. We have to demand it. That's true, but how though? How do you demand something from a government that literally has power? Demand is nothing. Like it's not like we are in any control to get anything from them. They don't need anything from us. So how can we demand anything from them? We don't have anything to bring to the table as a people to say we demand a change. We keep allowing ourselves to get in the same system, and we are demanding what? What are we going to do to get a change?
Well, the thing is, we got to put the people there that's going to speak for you. That's why we elect people to do those things, to speak for us.
It's been a long time, man.
Yeah. But that's the process, and we have to go through that process. That's just the way it is. We're the minority here, but we have a strong voting bloc that makes things change. So we have to be able to say we're going to use the power of our vote. And by us using the power of our vote, that means that we have to participate in the process to get those people elected who are going to be our voices.
Yeah.
That's just the process.
Yeah. All right. I understand that. I feel like there's just so much information out there that we can really take something seriously. And more than demand it, I think we have to really say, this is our option. This is your option. We don't have anything like that at any sort of negotiating table right now. And I think that's what's going to cause change once we really ask for it. Like, what is the change?
Yeah.
What are the prison sentence we demand? What's fair? What do we demand for her next time? So if we came to the table and said we demand justice, we had some lawyers come together and say it looks like she should be getting that 17-year sentence. The feds are throwing down at people for things like this. There should be no excuse for it. No one should be able to come in and say, "Oh, she's an awesome person. She's so sweet. Don't do this to young," whatever her name is. We know how that goes, and it seems like to be the cycle. They don't want to destroy their lives after they destroy other people's lives. But yet we don't just get that same benefit. But we know this. And I'm just tired of like saying those things and like throwing stones at the big wall that is the government or that is the system. Well, and I just want to know, like, how do we change it?
But that's the thing. I was just going to say, there's no other way for us to do except what we're doing. We still have to continue what we've been doing. Change will happen. It's just such a slow process. Her name was Riley.
Miss Julius, I don't even believe that anymore.
Well, what else can you believe, Charles? I mean,
I'll tell you.
The only other alternative is for us to storm the Capitol like them. There is no other alternative.
It's funny you said that, But the same energy that they used to storm the Capitol, which meant that Donald Trump had a very, let's say, what's the word for it? Compelling message. Stop the steal, right? Was very compelling, very simple. It made people move. It made people go to the Capitol. It made people march. It made people move in his name because he had a very compelling message. Now, Trump isn't a wise leader, so he used his compelling message to do what? Cause harm. So we had the same thing in the Black community, which was a compelling message where everybody took action and we did something. It would be done, but we don't do it together. We're not going to do that. I promise you we're not going to do that. But mind you, 33% of the country who voted for Trump was able to make big action because they took action and did something. Be it how crazy it was, but they took some action. So we did the same thing. It started with a tweet, sure, but it was a compelling message and they took action. And who's tweeting for us? Who has a message for us to move and do anything to? We all know all the problems. We know all the history, but what's the next move?
Well, it's a process, and we got to follow that process. There's nothing more that we can do other than what we're already doing. We have to elect people that's going to speak for us, and then we have to back those people. Our problem is we elect people and then we go away. We don't do anything to help them advocate for us. So, do you have another suggestion?
No, that's tough because I think in Savannah alone, I've lived in.
Ain't just Savannah.
No. It's a lot of places. I've lived in 5 major cities in my life, and I've never seen the amount of advocacy that Savannah has in any city, even pretty per capita for even LA. Like the amount of people that really give a damn, like for real, like the ones who are out at every event, who really are here, who really care. That many people, I think it's the most ever. If you really put it together, all your friends, all the people you know, it's a lot of you guys who are advocating for things. But why can't? With that many people who really care about something, why can't those things come together and move something?
Well, yeah, that's a good point because we are not organized, Charles, and that's one of the we are trying to do now. This network that we're putting together, however it goes, we're making a dent. Everybody sees it. I'm getting calls from all over the country every day about everything that we're doing. People telling me how great this platform is, that they watch our shows. I ain't talking about in Savannah. We're all over. I got a call from Denver, Colorado yesterday, 2 calls from Atlanta, and a call from Florida. People are watching us all over. So if we're making a difference, and we just got to keep at it. It might not happen in our lifetime, but we got to make it happen in Bo Shaw lifetime.
Yeah. Yes,
you know, we got to make it happen in Sire Cairo lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, they're our future. That's what we're working for. You know.
Yeah.
So, but we got to keep beating the rug until all the dirt get out.
Yeah, you know? we have to create a resource hub or just resources in general and direction. I think we're close because we know the information can be spread very fast. Again, I go back to stop the steal. Even though that was an absolute lie and BS, and it shouldn't have never been, said in the first place without someone tackling Trump. You know what I'm saying? He should have said stop the steal, and he should have got tackled by his own agents. You know, whoa, what are you doing here, Trump? That's a little too far. You know, nothing happened, bro. You lost. That should have been the case. But instead, we got the chance to see a real coup happen in the United States from a silly ass president like that with no true skill technically. He was able to have a compelling message and have all these people who were lost in the sauce do all these terrible things in his name. So I'm not saying we need a leader because we know what they do to leaders in the Black community. They want to step up and be the next big person and make a wave happen. So if we know if anyone from, let's say, the Black Panthers had a huge movement, they're now targets. Trump is going to ease into the countryside to his sunset. We know that. Nothing's going to happen to him. They can keep him in court all they want to. He's going to get out of it. Nothing's going to happen.
I think that he's going to have to pay some type of price. We'll see what happens down the road.
I hope so too. But I hope that the price he pays is mean enough so his followers hate it. Whatever it is, I just hope that they're real mad about it.
And we're going to get to that part in a minute. And like Landry said, yes, we must control the narrative. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to control the narrative by doing the things that we're doing. We got shows that we're putting on. We're electing public officials that are advocating for the people now instead of advocating for their pockets.
Yeah.
So we and the process is long and it's tedious, and we just got to stay with it. Another example of this privilege versus color is the guy in Arkansas. They arrested. He was in the airport crying, telling he loved everybody, but he was in the White House killing the police officer. Now he goes home. They arrest him. They take him to court. The judge lets him out on $5,000 bond. An officer died because of this idiot. And then they let $5,000 bond. The judge, the agents contacted the U.S. attorneys contacted the judge in Washington, D.C. The judge directed the marshals to go and get him before he's released and bring him to Washington.
Okay.
You know, so you got these country judges. Some of them are they agree with it.
They with the cause. They with the whatever that was. They're with it on the low. You know. They're already in our system.
I want you to look at what that judge told this young girl before he let her out. Now, he was real hard on her.
Okay.
But he still let her go to her parents. You know, but he gave her a speech that was out this world. He gave her a hell of a speech, but that just shows you.
I didn't watch it. So was it more like telling her what's to come, or was it just, you know, how?
No, telling her what prevailed. What you did not work. We have a constitution. The constitution prevailed. You did not prevail. You went up there, and now I have to give you every right that you have coming under that same constitution that you tried to overthrow. That's what he was telling her. And he gave her a hell of a speech. It was I said, you know, but then he let her out to her mama. But would you or I have been let out to our mama?
No way.
That's what we're talking about. Privilege.
Yeah.
14,000 Black Lives Matter protesters were arrested during the Black Lives Matter protesting. 14,000.
Yeah.
They've only arrested a little over 200 people from the Capitol. You know, but I think that it's a whole lot more charges coming because somebody got to be charged with that murder.
Yeah,
somebody got to be charged.
I hope justice again. We can't say anything other than we hope justice prevails. Yeah. So we hope that they get. We hope that they get a dent. Something like this does never happen again because their punishment was so harsh that it kind of deterred people from doing this. We hope so. But in America, they'll be setting the tide for themselves. I mean, if they don't punish someone for tyranny, I mean, what do you do as a country? You can do that if you're white, maybe. Go ahead and try it. It's fun. We can do that we play the game of tyranny here in America sometimes, every 100 years apparently. But let a Black person do it, and it's a massacre. So,
I'm more pissed with the police associations who ain't saying a damn word, not one word. But every time something happens when a Black person does it, then the police association stand up behind these people.
I didn't think that
these road cops who kill unarmed black males, and then they're not saying a word about this police officer being killed up at the Capitol. It's crazy. I've shared something on my page today.
It's called shame.
Yeah, I shared something on my page today where the police officer in Florida, in Polk County, Florida, was arrested for what he said, and the sheriff arrested him. He's in jail right now today for what he said he was going to do. These are the guys that are stopping us, that are profiling us on the highways, and that are arresting us every day, and because they have the power to do it.
Yeah.
And the most egregious one I saw, Charles, was you remember a few months ago with this one here on for the on the screen. This guy here.
Yeah.
He killed 2 people.
Yeah.
He was surrendering. He got his hands up to the police. You see all those police surrounding him? They went right by him because he's white. He has a gun that he just killed 2 people with hanging on the side right there, a rifle. And they walked by him. That's privilege.
Yeah, it's almost again like heard it all before, the same old song. Here we go with America, and all I can ask for is again the tide. Hopeful, wishing, I guess, wishful thinking, I guess, that there can be the person at the top can start the process of bringing the justice downward, and they can start holding their police departments accountable from the top up. Or I'm sorry, top down. With all those things that Trump didn't even want. He didn't even want diversity training. Those are small things that they can start with, and we'll see how Biden does. There's some real things that they can do to start reversing these things that we've seen with law enforcement. They have brought shame to themselves at this point with the Trump stuff. They're all quiet. QAnon. They're spinning in circles trying to figure out, hey, what's going on? Nothing happened. They were expecting a massacre in the name of Q, whatever that is. They were looking for people to come out in chains and ready to explain their side. They thought that they were real patriots, and now they're all spinning in circles. Like, why is their dear leader Trump, walking away with his head down? They were all patriots. Why is our leader not fighting for us? They're literally losing it. So I think that they're all shamed, and it's all going to start. It's going to just. I'm not saying they're going to go away and be silent forever, but I believe that we really have a chance to just trump all that stuff and do the right things going forward. Period. Like, where we might have seen that this guy walked past the cops with his hands up, but going forward, cops now know that if you are one of those cops, there's a reprimand behind that because you let a perp walk right past you. How could that be? So all those things will start being addressed in the right way versus, the top brass is all in those feelings where they literally feel some kind of way about those issues. So they support them on the low, and you can see it when they let people like him walk past them. So,
yeah, because, if you were, more offended by and I had one of those photos asking people, which knee were you more offended by? Which one of these knees bothered you the most? The knee on George Floyd neck or Colin Kaepernick kneeling at a football game? Which knee offended you the most? That's what you got to, it's crazy how people just disregard how part of the country is being treated and part of the country is not. And then they want us to forget about slavery. They want us to not talk about what happened. Yeah, we've been oppressed before, and this shit ain't over with yet. You're still oppressing us. Yeah. It's just not, Trump just brought it all out. Trump made them all bold again. But now they're going to go back into the closets again.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
I think that most people who see these things, like the image of the two people, Kaepernick kneeling and hit the cop kneeling on Ferguson's, what I'm saying? Like, we see the difference. We know the issues here in America. It just sucks that we have to identify them, continuously and hope for the best and hope to get the help and hope to, that's just where we are right now. And I just know that they see it clearly now. There will be no excuses going forward. That's all I can say. Like, there's no excuses now. So if we know these things, we have to really make sure that the people in those positions are doing those things, and we can also illustrate that to the people so that they can make a decision and hopefully they'll vote them out soon. So,
all right, on to our next subject: friends helping friends. Is it okay?
Sometimes.
All according to what kind of friends helping friends. We got kept giving Meg Heap a job. As soon as she lose a job that we worked so hard to get her to lose, Kemp give her a job in the state capitol on the Pardons and Parole Board. And probably she'll be up there running shit. Probably so, that's what I think is
we
going
hope
to
her reputation follows her and people double check her work and report back to the people. That's all I can hope for.
Well, she also said that she was wanting to have this system in place so more people can be free. That's what she said, that she wanted to have it in place so more people can be free. But is she doing that? I mean, would she be doing that?
You can never tell, man. Anytime somebody like her uses a blanket statement and doesn't identify her target people that she's referring to, you never know what she's going to do. You know, so when they say people, they could be talking about in cases where it's racial stuff involved and they don't want white people going to jail for certain reasons. It could be those people. Or if she really had a focus on minorities, she would say that. I think African-American peoples have been overly policed or overly jailed, and I would like to ensure that they don't go to prison more often than they should. She didn't say that. So you had to be real careful with her because that's how the legislation is written, and then we know how they govern it. So I would be careful. So.
Yeah. So, that's just part of it. I just want to know how it's just so crazy. How can Black elected officials, are they, if friends helping friends is real, you see it every day. When you lose a job, they give you a new job, except for when you're Black. So, we got all these people don't see that they have these in their house. They don't have these. They don't have mirrors in their bathrooms when they wake up. So they just walk out every day not knowing that they're Black. But white people got that in their house. Yeah. That's why Meg keep got a job. She's a lawyer. She don't have a job. But I'm saying they gave her a special job. Yeah. So she can oppress us even more. Yeah. Holding people back from getting pardons and parole.
Wow. That's really not good. That's a scary thought. Again, I hope that her reputation precedes her and she's, that can't happen that way, that she's not able to get another position of power to do the things that we know she's capable of and willing to do. Against us, so let's hope it doesn't happen that way. It's not like we don't know who she is, so we'll see how it goes. I think that if people police what she's doing and monitor her work, I think she'll have to do the right thing, by somebody's standard, and we'll have to just know what it is. Those are the kind of things you want to look at going forward. Like, how does she do in that position? We can't.
Well, one person we know has a mirror in their house, and that woman right there has a mirror in her house.
Yeah, it's real.
She got a mirror in her house, y'all. She got mirrors. When she wake up, she knew who she is. She, at her inauguration, at her swearing in, she had an all African gear. Her husband had it on, the kids had it on, and she played the Black national anthem.
That's really cool.
It ain't nothing. She's just showing pride that yes. She can't go in and say, "Well, I'm a keep doing it from a perspective from what I'm not used to." She's a Black woman, and she's showing you that we all matter. It wasn't about race, but it was showing you that understand that I am a Black woman, understand that I am here to do what is fair for my people.
She shouldn't have to worry about if who she is intimidates other people, man, and that's a sad sight. That we have to constantly worry about who we are intimidating other people. So if her African garb insulted somebody, like, I'm sorry for them. It is what it is. She has a job to do. And again, we're going to be here for her. And we hope that she didn't insult any fragile people out there with her African garb, with her and her family. I hope so. Yeah. I wasn't there. I'm sure it was beautiful, though.
Yeah. One of the things I wanted to put up when we was talking about the last thing was this here. Albert Einstein said the world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Yeah. And that's true. That's true. If you don't do anything about the evil, you're complicit with it. And I try to tell people that about all the things that are happening now. If you don't stand up, you don't say anything. I'll post a Facebook page, a thing and get 400 or 500 likes on it for a picture from a birthday. But if it's something to liberate you, something to help you, something political, you might get 50 or 60 people to say or comment on it. Y'all people, you got to be engaged. This is a different era. You either gonna be left behind and ran over, or you gonna be a part of the process and move forward. So you got to be able to do one or the other. It's just crazy. Hopefully we'll get some some change coming on down the road with these other elected officials, because we got elected officials that don't understand
I think
who they are.
I think Savannah's really here, man. I think Savannah's really ready for like a new look. Like it gives out that look. Honestly, it does. It gives off. Savannah really does a good job with a lot of diversity feels in Savannah. Like it feels like diversity here. You know, a lot of interracial relationships, a lot of like diversity, and it's not a bad thing to me. I think it's okay. But yet underneath the surface, we kind of know more than I know more than I did 2-3 years ago, you know, and I'm kind of more like, how can we make changes? And I'm saying we, not that I'm a transplant, I deserve to know how things are going to happen, but because I'm here and I'm willing to like do my part and or help out any way I can. And that's all I want to say going forward. Because I was told a couple of times that, you know, I'm not from here, I'm just passing by, but like, you know, I'm here. And
well, you here, you from wherever you at. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even, and that's funny because like I'm not even one that I'm just here. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying myself. I want to be here. It's nothing about where I'm from. It's anything. It's I'm here.
Yeah. So and the thing is, your voice is being heard because you are voicing your opinion. A lot of people don't voice their opinion. A lot of people are still scared, Charles. I don't know what the hell they're scared of. There's nothing to scare you out here or should scare you out here.
Yeah, that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. There's a lot to be scared. I can see things that people are scared of. It just depends on whether I'm going to be scared of it. And it's like you can either be peaceful or harmless. And a lot of people are harmless. They will be stepped on, you know, and they wouldn't care. I'm just peaceful. And I understand, like, you know, we have somewhere to go and we really need to do something. And I'm here for it. So.
But what is there to be scared of? You say you see some things for them to be scared of.
Well, I mean, they might just be scared of a lot of different things. Not harm coming, but you could lack a lot of things to be scared to take the action it takes to, you know, make a change.
Well, they used to be scared because they'll come drag you out your house.
I'm trying to say our progress isn't because we're scared. I don't think it's a scare thing. I think it's more of a ability thing. Are we like, the problem is that you're gonna always hear a voice that says that they not gonna let it happen. And as soon as we all feel like they is a real thing and we're gonna be stopped, and that means we might have to be crushed. That's the problem. I don't think we really open up to the fact that they will allow it. I think it's true. We have never came to the table with a full-on idea for the table. It's just been a lot of what we want to get from something. How we gonna get our reparations? It don't sound like we trying to really get nothing out of this thing. We just trying to get something from it, you know, and reap the benefits of short term. We're not trying to get something major out of this country. And we have to come to the table because we want something major. We don't just want a monetary investment so that we feel good about that. We need to ask for, like, going forward, this is how it has to look. And that's the plan, you know, and I just hope we can start putting things together like that. You know, what it has to look like. And if it has to be fair, negotiable, whatever, but we don't have anything. There's a lot of stuff out there. And I've done research on these Black agendas the last couple of days. And they're almost hypotheticals in a way. Like one said, we demand all men and women of African descent be released from prison. That's awesome because we know that the system pretty much has, has pretty much wronged us, right? We know that they've wronged us, but that's an ass. That's literally a non-starter. Literally.
Yeah, that's a non-starter. We're going to talk about them in a minute. We'll talk about the Black agenda in a minute. Okay. Ivan Cohen said, coming up, those without mirrors dress themselves in the dark. Meg Heap was an office administrator. I saw Savannah Morning News talk about Al Scott possibly running for Congress. We're going to talk about Al Scott in a few minutes also. Mm-hmm. We are going to get to, I believe it was the next subject was Donald Trump and the Proud Boys. Donald Trump and the Proud Boys, he pardoned, the Proud Boys are mad at him because he pardoned Lil Wayne, he pardoned, who else, Kodak Black, he pardoned all of them guys, Lil Wayne and Kodak Black right there. He pardoned them. he pardoned Kwame Kilpatrick, ex-Detroit mayor. I liked Kwame because Kwame was bad. Kwame went in there and told motherfuckers, "I'm running this shit now. Y'all get out the way." You know, that's what I liked about Kwame. But he pardoned Lil Wayne and Kodak Black. Mm-hmm. He pardoned Kwame. He pardoned all these other people, but he threw a couple of blacks in so he wouldn't look so bad. But Donald Trump is a damn clown. Mm-hmm. And that's what he is. He always been a clown. You know, when you elect a clown, expect a circus.
Yeah, they were gonna ignore everything about Trump that everyone knew, only because they have an agenda that they were in before they even knew Trump, and Trump just fed their fire, or fed their flame of hate, or whatever that is. So you know, they could be surprised right now, but if they look back, they'll see that Donald Trump ditches everybody for some reason. So
yeah.
You know,
yeah, you ain't got nothing coming with Donald Trump. No, they're mad at him now. They've turned their backs on Donald Trump, and he just has to deal with it. I want to see what they're going to do with Donald Trump now, because they have a huge following, and we'll see whether they really do anything or say anything about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He didn't pardon any of the Proud Boys. He didn't pardon any of the rioters. So I'm glad of that he didn't give them any blanket immunity or something, you know, where they can just get off scot-free, because he'd have really been ruined had he done that.
Yeah. I don't think the Proud Boys had enough money to support Trump after this, because if something goes wrong and Trump makes a call to anybody he pardoned with a little clout, he's going to get what he needs. But yet the Proud Boys couldn't offer him anything. So he's just making Trumpy decisions. He's doing what he does. So
next subject, because we want to save some time to get to our last subject, which is your favorite.
Yeah.
The Black Agenda.
Okay, great.
The 2022 elections. Mm-hmm. You know, somebody said Al Scott is thinking about running. That's what Ivan Cohen said a minute ago.
You gotta get somebody else on that.
Yeah, that Al Scott possibly running. Yeah, we heard that he might be running. It was in the paper the other day that he might want to run.
You know, it's funny to say he's running, but I guarantee you the whole campaign is going to be behind somebody else's desk, really not working on nothing, but just probably still winning. I don't see him coming to the city to do anything with the people. But
yeah, well, you got this a crowded field if he run for that office, because you got Lisa Ring. I thought she left town and went to Pennsylvania, but they say she's still in town, so they say she's still gonna be here trying to run for office again. You got Joyce Griggs, who gave Buddy Carter hell last time. Yeah. You got Jay Jones that's going in, is contemplating going in and running for that office. And then you have Al Scott. So you have, maybe they all can get together and then agree that whoever comes out of that field, that one person, all of them are going to get together and back.
Yes.
That one person against Buddy Carter and work like hell to get Buddy Carter out of it. That's a big position. Mm-hmm. You know, but those 17 counties has to be aggressively challenged, and we're you need money to do that. And I would tell people, don't get in that race unless you got money. Now, the only thing about Al Scott is he got a lot of money, but he's 80 years old, so we don't need. You seen those senators the other day when they were down on the floor? All of them walking like this right here, like old people. I mean, I'm gonna be that age after a while, but when I'm 80, I'm getting the hell out of everybody else's way. These people can barely walk around the Capitol. They were in the chambers, walking around on the Senate floor, and the camera was out there, and all of them over 70. The average age is 72 years old. Average age, 72 years old. That's crazy.
That's really high. That's extremely high when you really
think about it. The youngest one in there, 33. Him and that idiot Harley, he in there. But we got a lot of statewide offices coming up. You got governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state, attorney general, labor commissioner. You got secretary of state. You got all those positions coming up. After our education secretary, all these are statewide positions that you have to run for. Mm-hmm. So we got all those coming up. So y'all just stay tuned. We got some municipal races coming up this year, so y'all get involved, get engaged, and come and be a part of the process. We're gonna need everybody all over participating in these races if we're going to change anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we got one great subject that Charles came up with, and it's talking about the Black agenda. Now, y'all, we're going to give our last 15.
We should add in Savannah, or Chatham County, or however you want to put it. What could be the thing? And again, I'm not. This is not me trying to judge anyone or anything. I don't know enough to do that. I really just want to get information and figure out based upon what people know here, the people on the ground, what are real actions that can take, and not so much about who's stopping it from happening just yet, but still, if you had a perfect world and you could go to the table and they will shake their head yes, what would you ask for because you feel like it would work, and then we bring it to the table after we have a plan. And I really hope that we're really to the point where we really can take those kind of actions, and it's not to Mayor Johnson. This is going to be the people's decision, and he probably wouldn't be able to resist it. And I just hope that we can totally get to that place, and I'm here for it. So
yeah, we are gonna get to that place. Somebody was in my ear telling me that I forgot to put this photo up, so I'm gonna put it up real quick. It was a picture of Lil Wayne and Kodak Black, but then they wanted me to tell Lil Wayne Maxine say where they at. She said she ain't forgot about y'all.
That's really funny.
So y'all make sure. I forgot all about those two folks. Anyway, back to the agenda. What do you think should be in the agenda? So, Charles, you talking about a local agenda, or you talking about a national?
I'm talking locally. I mean, literally, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's broken. I don't know. But I just think that if you take things back to elementary style, you would work together differently. Once you get to that place where you're working together differently, then you would get to an assignment, and everyone would have their assignments, and you would come together again, and then you would have more assignments, and you would come together again. And at the end of this process, you would have an agenda, you would have some goals, you would have something. And again, I'm just asking for that. Who are the people that could come together, get rid of the petty stuff, get rid of their egos, and say, hey, we're coming to this table as one for a common cause. And it's not about my clout, how long you've been here, what's most important to me. It's about what we really know based upon our studies and what Savannah or Chatham County really needs. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it, but I don't know these individuals personally. I would like to know these individuals personally through working with them, honestly.
Well, we start our Black agenda there. Our Black agenda was brought to the table, and we sent these people there to give our Black agenda. They were sent there to give it. They are telling everything about our Black agenda for locally. They are. But they have been screened. They can say anything they want to say outside of the council, but they have been blocked from putting anything on the agenda, the city council agenda, so that they can put a Black agenda forward. They campaigned off of, this is what we want to do in our communities. This is why we elected them. But then for some reason, your fine mayor don't want them to put anything on the agenda.
That's crushing. That's literally crushing to imagine. That the vanguard is a Black man named Van.
And then he said what he was going to do, put that leaf in the table, right?
Yeah. Wow.
He took the leaf out the table. He said he wanted to put that leaf in the table. He said, I lied, psych. I got that thing over there. I'll put it back up there in a second after I move the Black agenda off of there. Yeah. But yeah, that's what he said.
It's again, this is not, I'm gonna go ahead and defend myself a little bit, because I know I heard it a little bit. It's not real. It's not, some things aren't possible, or but again, there's so many things that are possible, and there's so many things that can be done. There's cities all over America who have legit booming economies for urban environment / Black communities. They're real, and there's paths to take. And I just feel like if Van Johnson is is literally the gatekeeper, I get it. Maybe it won't happen this term, but 3 years ain't far away. You know what I mean? Or the next 10 years isn't far away if it's still there and it's still being pushed upwards and tried. Whatever that agenda is. I just hope that
maybe they need to listen to this young lady.
Oh wow, yeah, nothing but pure optimism in her soul, and like it comes through, and it's amazing. So.
Maybe they need to listen to her, Charles, because she has a vision that it just transcends everything, and it's a hope for the future of this country. So hopefully people will start looking in the mirror. They'll start seeing that, when you elect clowns, you're going to get a circus. Mm-hmm. And so elect the right people, put them in the spots, in these positions to be our voice. That's what they're for. They're there to be our voice. And we need to continue to support these people. That's the only other alternative is to march on City Hall and raid it like they did the Capitol. We don't want to do that.
No, that's not what we're going to do. Let's not do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. So we got to elect people. But the thing is, when they're out there advocating for us and they're in these meetings giving them the law, giving it that to them like they're supposed to have it, then we need to be supportive of them. We can't be on Facebook talking about, hey, my biggest problem is these women are advocating for everybody in this community, and the community is not advocating for them. I
would say something. I'm going to defend the community of Savannah real quick against the Van Johnsons of the world who really should be Okay, so the people who are supporting Van Johnson have far more clout than the people of Savannah. They control the media, they control the money, the big money, I guess. They are controlling the narrative. Fair enough, they are. But so the people don't have enough power right now to tell Van Johnson that we hold the key to maybe your future because we're demanding something of you. Please look at us. But right now he's focusing on the people who have the power and have the demand for him, who's going to maintain his sunset, his end days to where he's comfortable, because he's not worried about his first district. We knew for 16 years, he didn't care about their sunset and how they retired and how their life was and how things looked in their life. He maintained his own. So that hasn't changed. And until he can really start looking at the people and what they ask of him and focus on it and allow the ladies of those districts to speak on their behalf and listen to it, Van Johnson's really not going to even focus on the people. He's going to keep on doing what he has to do for his retirement or his checks that's coming for him.
Well, that's true. That's true. Well, so you said what should be in the Black Agenda Forum? I know what. How about the national?
It's not. I'm not even. We know what's gonna be in that agenda. We know what's gonna be the agenda. It's all familiar to us. We're also familiar with all the things that we need, right? We know we need better this, better that, better education, better housing, cleaner streets, like attention to detail in certain areas. All those things are going to be in that plan.
How about who should write it?
That's the whole point. I don't even care. I think the more the merry. The more the merry. There's no elite 10. There's no special 2. It should be open and people should make a decision if they want to join or not, and then be quiet or speak up in the room. There's no other option for them.
You got P. Diddy with one, you got Ice Cube with another one. We just have somebody, a group write it together. Should both of them a combination? Those are things that needs to be done because see, everybody's talking about it, but have we gotten together to put it together and give it to
we gotta have a problem first that we're trying to solve. So what is the problem that we want to solve the most as a culture, as a race? Once we determine that, we can have the best idea come forward and we can make a decision. And I don't know if it's that hard there's some sites that we check every single day, like literally every day, right? So we had a site that was very important to us and it had the Black Agenda on it, and it was for real. Like it was the one that we kind of was rolling with. We could check on it, check updates, we could do something. But we don't even use the things that we really could use right now to start the process. we rather just like let it break down, shoot the messengers. Ice Cube ain't worthy. Puffy ain't worthy. No one's gonna be worthy enough to be this person that really gets us on our toes and get this stuff done. So I think we got to really find ways to do things collectively, because I don't think we're going to really allow one person to be the savior. We're going to have to really come together and do it collectively.
Puff Daddy had put a bunch of people up front to do it. He didn't want anything to do with it. He wanted it done. He didn't care about, and that's what I liked about Puff. Puff really concerned. Ice Cube was really concerned too. And I think that we need to look at everything and get that commission, and probably the Congressional Black Caucus can probably start it and bring those people in to help form that piece of that document. Alvin Cohen said, "A black agenda tailor-made for Savannah, long overdue. Charles, have them to do which Quincy Jones did when recording We Are the World. Check your egos at the door." That's absolutely right. Yeah. He said, "The leap for the table is in a warehouse. Table did not expand, it shrunk." You're absolutely right, Ivan. The table did not expand. Van had a lot of that speech was awesome on the night of his inauguration. The speech was awesome. It had people in there teary-eyed, but Van has not delivered one iota.
It was beautiful. It was a beautiful ceremony. It was a wonderful, beautiful time. It was wonderful. Thank you, Van Johnson, for that performance of Unity. It was beautiful, I must say. I don't know what to say. It was beautiful, but it meant nothing.
It meant nothing at all, because he has an agenda for everybody except the black community. You black dude. You came from the first district. You still live in the first district. Take care of the first district. Everything that you do, you need to be riding out there with buses full of everybody on the council, not just your 4 little henchmen. Hold on, not just your 4 little henchmen. Take everybody to all these communities on a tour on these buses, so you can say, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to clean this up. Hey, why they down in the parks cleaning up all the parks all the time? Send them to all the neighborhoods cleaning those up also.
Yeah. Wow. I almost forgot what I was going to say, man. Keep going. That was cool.
He still does not care about the first district. Case in point, what the Salvation Army is going to do out in the first district. In this first district, the Salvation Army will only help bring the first district down. They want that district down, so they don't have nowhere else to go. They want to eventually take that over. It's a 20-year plan.
Oh,
it's
I remember
not a 5-year plan.
I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say, like you were stating, why don't he go to every district and such? But I believe that a plan that focuses on the black community is actually a plan for Savannah, because if we're the hostess city and we know that comes from the black community here mostly, why wouldn't we support those communities so that all that's just, whatever. It just makes sense that you would invest in those communities that truly hold your city up. But instead, it don't work like that here. And I just hope that if they made a plan for Savannah, they could see how if you lift up one community, you actually would support the rest of the community. And it doesn't have to be a crushing blow to those districts all the time when they hand out money here in Savannah. And they feel the burn every time, So
Right. I had a photo that I was putting up, right? But I missed and deleted it. And I was showing you. I don't know what I think I can do it while I'm sitting here. Can I go into my thing?
Yeah, if you have it, you can add it right now.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show you this photo. And this and I want people to understand, we're not on here down in vain. This ain't what this network is about. We don't care who's in that mayor's seat. We're going to talk about if they're not doing their job. So y'all let Van know. I'll let him know if he ever talked to me. Walk by.
Yeah, I hope that no one takes things personally if we talk about certain issues in Savannah. I hope no one takes it personally if they're a Van fan. I hope that Van doesn't take it personally. I would like to know, like, what does he want to do going forward? Like, what really would he say to a black man that asked him, "Hey, man, we're black. What do you want to do for us?" What would he say? Would he turn around? Would he care? Would he have a conversation? What would he do?
See me right there. If y'all can see the arrow, that's me right there. And that's my wife. We all were there. We were there. We were at his announcement.
I can't find you. Put it back up. I couldn't find you. I was trying to find you.
I'm in the middle, right behind him.
Oh yeah. There you go. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But we were there. We were down with this here. But you can't lie to us and then and tell us what you were going to do for the city and how things was going to go. No, we don't expect you to get things done in one day, but you haven't started to advocate one bit. And don't wait till year 4 so you can start the start of year 4 so you can start trying to do it for so you can get reelected.
I hope that's not his strategy. I hope his strategy isn't to go the old school politician route to show up and hug babies 3-4 months into the campaign. I hope he does the right thing. Man, I'm rooting for Van Johnson. Like, I got a wristband that says I'm rooting for everybody black. It just comes naturally. So I hope that he really would, do the right thing here. He has a chance to do something. He has a whole legacy. Van Johnson's one of 2 black mayors here in Savannah. That's 2 or there's 3. There was 2, right? So far?
4.
4. Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't even know that. Wow. So he's one of 4.
Andrew Jackson, Otis Johnson, and Floyd Adams.
Okay, cool, man. And when was we say Floyd Adams?
Yeah. That's
Wow.
Kenny Adams. His son is now the 8th district.
I haven't even heard that name yet around here. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a big name. They own the Herald.
Okay, I see.
Newspaper now. His son Kenny Adams is the 8th district representative now. Just beat Gary Monroe.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we are. I want everybody to just understand that we are just as adamant about the conditions of our community, whether it is being harmed by a white devil or a black devil. It doesn't make no difference to us. We're going to bring it out. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to give it to you the way it is. We're not going to cut nothing for you. You can make your own decisions, but we're going to tell you how we feel here on this platform. We're creating a platform to get out information to our community so that people can know what's happening in our community. Not only here, all across the country. We want to take this out of Savannah. We want to take this all across the country.
Yeah, Savannah is full of beautiful people who have great intentions and hearts. And I really hope that, that can translate to something for everyone that they love, that they represent here. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I'm going to put this last thing up. The history of reparations payment. This is, they paid everybody. All these people, the USA paid. Look at that middle column there. The USA paid all these people. But you get down in the yellow, they've never paid us a dime. And we built this country. We built this country. And they've never paid us a dime. So we got a new show coming on. I want y'all to stay tuned for it. It's a youth show. We got a great group of young ladies. Only 2 of them on there today, but it's 4 of them all together. So y'all look at the premiere episode of Let's Talk About It. It comes on in about 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. It'll be on. Let's Talk About It. Tune in right after the show. Like it, share it. They're coming up next. We'll see you next week, Charles and I, right here, same back channel, same back station. We'll be right here. Anything you want to say, Charles, before we go?
No, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you guys next Saturday.
Y'all heard Charles, right? Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Saturday. Stay tuned for the next show. Let's talk about it.